What's going on? It's Dirty Red. I'm making another video today talking about pretty much these people, these beings, these some human, some not, you know what I'm saying? And I want to say right now that this is a video for entertainment, just to play with information, kind of just come up with, interesting conclusions, you know what I'm saying, about different things, and, some facts in here, you know what I'm saying. We just about to make a video, boil all of it up, and consume it, you know what I'm saying. Y'all do with it what y'all will, but this video is going to be about these beings, the so-called elites. Some human, some not, you know what I'm saying? And how right now they're trying to save their ass, they're making a lot of changes, doing a lot of things, and they're using black people, especially the black woman, to do so right now, right? We're gonna get into it.
So, 34 black girls in Washington, D.C. Guess I'm gonna have to use that good old white privilege today, because the story's not getting out, and they give black creators like 75% less looks than they do us creators. 3 days ago, 34 black girls disappeared, vanished, abducted overnight, and the media is not covering it. I've seen videos from distraught parents. I've seen videos from activists in the community. I've seen posters. Nobody's talking about this. I mean, there are people talking about it, but it's not getting out there. Somehow in one night, 34 black girls were abducted and are missing, and the media is not covering it at all. I searched the story, you know what it showed me? A whole bunch of little white girls missing, like ones and twos and stuff. But 34 black girls disappeared overnight, and nobody knows why or where they are, and nobody's investigating. This is crazy. Get the word out, guys. So,
now, the video I just played, as they said, 34, probably more, if you know what's going on right now, right? 34 black women in one night, right? Now, they are, okay, I noticed, right? I got back home from the military in 2018. And I remember making a Facebook post because I was seeing back to back. It wasn't hitting the news, but it was hitting like black pages. You know what I'm saying? Like on social media about these just stuff happening to black people. But I noticed a lot of black women going missing and getting kidnapped. Now I'm like, yo, I posted, I'm like, is anybody else noticing this, right? Now, they've been doing a lot of stuff since, really before then. Everything that they have done since their arrival on this planet, well, all of that's orchestrated, right? But they've been ramping up to this since, all the stuff that's been prophesized and the stuff you'll hear different stories in the Bible and through different, cultures. But it all has to do with what they're doing right now, right? They've been ramping up to this now. It's gotten a lot worse, the kidnapping, right? And I noticed then that they are doing that, and it's a reason why they are doing that. Now, right? I was talking about the elites. I was talking about these people y'all call elite, right? Or 1%ers, whatever you want to call them. We'll go ahead and use those terms since they popular. You know what I'm saying? But yes, these people, right? They will put it on the news, they've been catching a lot of traffickers, and if you don't know what's going on, you'll think that it's just ramped up. And it has, but you'll think that, oh, that's now they're catching, America is like one, if not the country with the most kidnappings. You could look it up. I forgot to get the exact number. I forgot what it was, right? Every year, annually, like somebody trying to meet a quota, right? Now, there are very very highly organized criminal empires, right? There are, right? This is something different, right? The people involved with this, allegedly, walk around. You might see them on TV. You might see them on different stages. You might see them doing different stuff, walking around freely, gaining all this favor and so much other stuff and all of that, right? Now, we know stuff like the cartel. We know stuff like all of these things, right? These are highly organized criminal empires. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to speak my mind because I really don't give a, you know what I'm saying? Respects to the cartels, all right? But governments are involved even in these, right? I'm not going to say too much more on that. What's going on with this isn't these aren't the criminals, though. These aren't the criminal organizations. People do get sex trafficked, you know what I'm saying? There's certain people involved with this, but even where they at, they involved with these be high figures. See, the trafficking thing is way deeper than sex. Sex ain't even a 50% of what they do when it comes to this trafficking thing. Now, I'm saying it goes on a lot. It does go on a lot. It happens to a lot of the victims. It probably happens to more 50% of the victims, but that's just out of who these beings are and them taking advantage of the situation. But what they're doing is bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? This right here isn't done by any of these highly organized criminal organizations, you know what I'm saying, that they want to put in your face. Now, we know that these elites are criminals by now. We just know that we got to play the game, right? Now, what's going on with this? 34 black women don't just go missing in a day, right? This is the more recent one that I've seen, but this has been ramping up and going on, and there's a reason for that, right? They don't just go missing in one day like this. That doesn't happen. I don't care how look. These elites are involved, right? Now, I'm gonna play a video, right? And it's kind of grainy, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of, it's not the best quality, but really want you to pay attention to what they saying, right? Really want you to pay attention to what they're saying and really want you to think about it, right?
Stem cell technology that Peter and I are investing in is called SCNT, which takes the egg of a young, perfect woman specimen, takes the egg and takes out the nucleus and puts our DNA in the nucleus. It just go and take it out.
Pink Floyd?
The
Pink Floyd?
Yeah, and this is part of this genetic greatness that we don't see in any other race on the planet. These curvy, sexy black women from Africa. You girls have a kind of a monopoly on this genetic perfection, and we want some of that. So, girls, for $100, we will pay you for your egg.
I pay you. $100?
So how much do you want for it? Let's bid. I bid $500. Whoever I bid, he's going to outbid me. I bought about $60,000 of eggs. Yeah. If you have abortion, that's very valuable. Umbilical cord, and placenta, even your period blood is so rich with stem cells. When you regard it as waste, then it actually should be. It should be captured as recycled, and it should go to waste. It's light for.
Alright, so I had changed locations, but yeah, they said a lot in this video, and I want people to really focus on some key things, you know what I'm saying? Now,
Now, he spoke about taking their eggs and inserting their DNA into the nucleus, which is odd. They're not talking about inseminating. They're not talking about using them as surrogates, you know. Now, it's a reason why. It's the reason why they choose to do this the way that they're doing this, right? Now, they've tried to gain access, right, to different things that the indigenous, the melanated people of this planet have access to naturally, you know, spiritually, you know, physically, such as artifacts, portals, and access to certain places, things, and abilities. Now, they've done multiple things. They've done many things. You know, we know that, you know, every time they pillage, you know, keep the women around, they breed with the women, you know, done that on many lands across this planet. They've done that. They've tried to fight us time and again, you know. They've tried to get black folk to sell out, stuff like that. They've tried to they have cloned successfully, believe it or not, right? But we know that they can clone. You just gotta think, like, do you believe that they would not start cloning humans because of ethical reasons, right? Or do you think they really care? Now, they've done many things, but all of these things that they try to do only gets them to certain goals and it only grants them certain uses, right? They can't access certain things that they want to access, the ways that they've tried, but they try to maneuver and they work around it, right? Now, right now they're trying to survive because of what's going on this planet right now. I don't know if you guys know, but they're folks, you know what I'm saying? They've been dropping off of this planet. They've been dropping out of the game. Now, when you look into like the numbers and stuff, when they talk about like white people and black people, right? It was a status, right? And still is. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about on paperwork, you know, even our so-called first black president, I say so-called because that wasn't our first black president, but even him, he doesn't have black on or African American on his paperwork. Well, we know he's not from Africa, or his people aren't. Well, actually, I forgot where his mom is from and his dad. Anyway, neither does the one that tried to run Kamala, right? But so many more, right? As foreigners, they could come over here, dark as can be, from Africa, and put white on their paperwork and say something like, I'm seeking amnesty or something like that. Don't quote me on that. But they say the magic words, and when they do that, they give them a good amount of money, somewhere around $250,000, I believe. This is why when you hear them say, my parents came here with 2 pennies to their name and built this company from the ground up, this is what they mean, right? Because this is what they had to work with. The American dream was always propaganda to invite foreigners over, right? Now, this is besides the point, right? I bring all of this up because their numbers are dwindling. If you type in like white, this is why they say white people are the main ones on welfare, right? Stuff like that. They're not talking about Caucasians. or those that you would, they're rounding up. They're talking about the people that are labeled legally white, right? Legitimately. Now, they are dying off, believe it or not. And especially these past 3 summers, right? A lot of people in the truth-speaking community and in the spiritual community have spoken on the sun heating up the planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, we knew that was coming, right? It definitely has gotten hotter and hotter these past few summers. Each summer, a lot of them have died off, right? A lot of things have been happening. Now, especially like here, Europe, other places, I'm sure, you know. But a lot is going on right now. This planet is cleansing right now. The veils are thinning. You know, a lot of stuff that was written there coming true. A lot of stuff happening around the planet. And right now is a special time. I don't want to talk too much on to like everything that's going on. It's the reason why they're speaking of aliens coming back, though. It's a reason why they want to let us know who we are as indigenous people, especially in America, right? That, well, they're letting the information be let loose that we are indigenous to this land, right? That's a whole nother story, right? They're not speaking on it, but the information is being let loose, you know what I'm saying?
Russia said, y'all gonna learn today. Vladimir Putin said that y'all are gonna learn today. I told y'all that Putin was gonna be putting us on. So Russia just opened its doors to one of the most ancient churches in the land, y'all. And guess what the people found? They were shocked to see that the prophets, and I mean all of the prophets, every single one of them were indigenous. They were copper-colored people. But we in America, we're not surprised. We're not shocked at all, because we been trying to tell y'all. And it's not like y'all didn't know. Why do you think there was a reason why the door stayed locked in the churches in the first place? Why do you think y'all were blowing off the noses off the artifacts, huh? Now, things are coming to the surface. The truth is coming to the surface. Putin saying there will be no more truth staying buried in Russia. And they didn't stop there, y'all. Russia just banned Satanism throughout the whole country. So all you devil worshippers who couldn't pick Christ, when Vladimir Putin seen y'all, it's on sight. That's why he's pointing to y'all. Straight to jail immediately. So Russia, what's up? Vladimir, what's up? Since you guys are airing out the truth, do reparations come next? In America, y'all are next, because y'all been had the true people here, but y'all been ignoring us the hardest. And this is why judgment is gonna fall the hardest on America, y'all. But like I be telling y'all, the shift is here. They see it, they feel it. Let's continue to get it. Let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comments below. Peace in. Russia said.
Now, in this video, you know, Putin isn't giving us a hand, and he's not giving handouts either, right? I heard something like they were offering Black Americans something, if I'm not mistaken, right? If they were to be willing to pack up from America and move to Russia, right? It's the reason why they're doing all this stuff. It's the reason why they're talking about aliens now, and them, you know, the 3-eye atlas, and them being black or looking African American. They look African American. They're pretty close. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be arriving here at a certain time, but they don't know anything though, right? They don't know anything though, right? But they know all of this somehow, right? It's the reason why they're doing all this right now, right? It's the reason why they came out with it's a lot of stuff that they're doing to big up the egos of Black women, right? And it's in ways that are disrespectful, because they know their significance. They know their significance, and they're trying to uphold their systems using them, right? And also using the children, right? Now I was talking about the elites. And them, they have specific bloodlines that they like to integrate into, right? They have specific melanated bloodlines that they like to integrate into, and that's reserved for them. But the majority of these so-called elites, people that y'all call elites, right? They don't play the same game as us, but a lot of people don't really understand the Illuminati stuff. All of these secret societies, groups, and organizations, from the Masons and the hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of secret groups that branch off from the same umbrellas, right? The same umbrella. Most of them, they just need to integrate. So they're just looking for black women that fit certain standards, you know what I'm saying? Like fit physically, fit certain standards, have certain, you know, genes, you know, why they chose to the model figure type black woman that they had sitting down with them, right? All of these kidnappings, there have been many kidnappings going on. Like I said, I realized since 2018, of all of these black women and also children, right? Now, these people are associated with the same people that were sitting down with those women, right? They are. Or they all dwell in the same circles. Same things going on. They know what's going on, you know? Now, they have been, the same people that are involved with that are the same ones that have been like trying to, when I say big up black women, right? And boost them up in ways that is like really not even, it's demeaning to their actual significance and essence as black women, right? They do stuff like that's why they put stuff out like the Woman King, you know, stuff like that. Around that time, they were doing a lot of rituals on TV. A lot of like, you know, accolades and different stuff they've done in society. I remember seeing an episode on Stranger Things where, and this was all ritual. This is all going on around the same time where they had the little black boy. I forgot his name, but they were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and one of their friends had dropped out, so they needed a new person to help them finish the game. And so they know that she wanted to play. So long story short, they grabbed her from the stadium, right? Now in the stadium, there was a basketball game going on in the background. Now they're whispering like, we need you, we need your help. You know what I'm saying? We need you to come, like, you know what I'm saying, help us to win this game, right? And now all of this is going on, the national anthem is playing in the background. Stuff like this is ritual, right? This was hot at the time, it had just dropped, and this is around the same time all of this is happening, right? And, you know, of course, the little black boy, his sister, you know, is little black girl, right? Now, she like, whatever happens, you know, yada, yada, yada. They're going back and forth. She finally leaves with them, and they're playing, I think they're playing the national anthem still, and they have them walking out of the stadium, right, in slow motion. And they have the American flag caped and, like, tied around her neck as a cape. She's wearing the American flag as she's walking out. Now, the national anthem playing and the American flag had nothing to do with the scene. But they had all of this going on, right? All of this is ritual. This is stuff that they do, right? They're trying to uphold their systems through these women, right? And, you know, integrate them into their institutes. And which, look, if that's what people choose to do, that's what they choose to do. But there's a reason why they're doing that. They're also doing stuff like graduating black children right now early, like 12-year-olds graduating college, going to college, 12-year-olds getting their doctors, like they're like becoming doctors. I've seen a lot of stuff, you know, running the mile or whatever it is, the laps, right? And super speeds, inviting them into all of these institutions and companies and stuff like that, right? 12, 10, 11, even younger. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that is going on right now. I don't know if you guys have seen it. You know, if you follow certain things, it'll come across your timeline on social media, right? I've seen a lot of it. And the reason why they're doing that right now is because, one, like, yes, the kids that are coming into this realm, into this world right now are special. They've come here for special things, and they are special children. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get too much in on that, but they know this, right? But so this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to use them as well. They're ushering them into their systems. You know what I'm saying? They know who's coming in. They know what souls are coming in. Reincarnation is a thing. If you don't know, then know that. They know what souls are coming in through different ways, right? And they monitor this. Now, I'm gonna play another video that has like the same type of vibe as the second video I had played, right? I'm gonna play it right now.
She's like trying to play the slave card, I tell you. She's trying to behave like a white guy. Oh, my God. What about Louis?
Traveled all the way to South Africa to be called a beautiful slave, and you're laughing. So that means if you're back in America and someone, white man, walks up to you, is like, hey, look at this pretty nigger bitch. I don't know, man. So what do you think this man will do now when he leaves? He's walking up, he sees a black man, and his head is like, I just saw his women, and I called them beautiful slaves, and they were all giggedy. I have said it. There is absolutely nothing on this planet that white men will do to black women that will make black women go, you know what? We've had enough. There's nothing on this planet that white men will ever do to black women to make black women see white men negatively, the same level they see us. But if I talk, I'm the one that's got issues. That's why they don't like you. Your self-esteem, this, that. But this is what we have to wake up every day and tolerate from our women. Go ahead and show me a video on the internet right now of a bunch of white women and black men insulting them, or a bunch of Asian women. Like, show me any video of a bunch of women from any race and another race of men are degrading them and they're laughing and just...
She's like trying to play.
Now, I played that video because it had like a similar vibe as the other video, right? Now, they had, you know, certain like black women that look a certain way, you know what I'm saying, sitting at the table, you know, kikiing and laughing, you know what I'm saying? But this, like, clearly, like, you're saying racist, you know what I'm saying? So I played that because I'm like, all of that glitz and glamour and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, you might want to be careful about, right? I know, you know, certain women like to live a certain lifestyle and stuff, but this is what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? You sitting down at a table with people that are involved in some nefarious stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, we've had a split, you know. I might do a video on that later. Between, like, you know, black men and black women, right? This is very systematic, you know what I'm saying? That's been done, you know, to us black Americans, right? So-called black Americans. And, you know, they split the household. The kids are wide open due to this. They're wide open. You know, they got y'all looking at in all type of directions. It ain't, you know, for anything going wrong, they want y'all looking in the wrong directions, right? Now, this is what's going on. So many kids have been going missing as well. If y'all haven't noticed, look into it. I don't know how you haven't noticed, because they've been ramping it up. I know what they're doing with these kidnappings and stuff, right? Now, there's different stuff that they could be doing with the bodies, right? They're doing all type of stuff. Rituals, they do eat people. They do feed people to us. You know what I'm saying? You know, the best way to get rid of a body is what? To dissolve them in acid, feed them to pigs, you know, stomach acid, or, you know, grind them up, feed them to us. Ground meat, hot dogs, patties, anything like that, right? That's been going on. It's not even illegal here, you know? But different rituals and different stuff scientifically that they're doing to gain access to certain stuff that we have as black people. It's not a coincidence that Putin, Trump, all these people are all right, like, okay, we're indigenous, right? A lot of us already knew that. They're not really letting it be known. They want y'all to carry the slave narrative, right? And slave mentality. Did slavery happen? Yes, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but they're construing exactly how that went down. Misconstruing it. And that's a whole nother video as well. You know, but it's not, it's a reason why they're doing all of this. You know what I'm saying? But they're not speaking up loud about it. You know what I'm saying? They're just putting it out there and putting their hand up like, hey, the information now is out there. Knowledge is out there. You know what I'm saying? That's them acting the way they are. You know what I'm saying? Because it's time for certain stuff. It's certain beings that are coming back, right? Allegedly, we got aliens coming that look like African Americans, right? Bro, they're trying to manipulate y'all. There are things coming. There is stuff happening, beings here that have came recently, that been here, and that are still coming, all right? It's the reason why they're doing all this right now. I want you to think about all of this, right? And let me know what you think. That's the end of this video, though, right?